Welcome to this week's edition of the Dakota Angler 2-Minute Fishing Report. Well, as we head into the latter stages of the first week in November, the weather definitely has changed a little bit, more fallish and early winterish, and especially over the weekend, a little bit wet. And that's kept a lot of people off the lakes. A lot of people put their boats away. So the reports are very limited. A lot of traffic out on the Missouri River, up on Oahe, to say the least. But the reports that we've gotten, the people that have gone out had quite a bit of success, especially up in the Wabae and Bitter areas, up in the northeastern part of the state. The past week, a lot of bigger fish have come out of both of those lakes. Other lakes in the northeast that produce walleyes included Opitz, Goose, Reed, Dry Lake by Clark, also a few being caught at Drywood, Indian Springs, and then also Big Stone. Down the southeastern part of the state, the lakes that produce walleyes included Ponset. It seems like that bite's taken off a little bit. But if you know Ponset like I do and what we do around here, one day is good and the next day is bad. So keep that in mind. Other lakes included Thompson, 81 Ponds, Dry Lake by Willow Lake, a few being caught at Whitewood, Henry, Madison, Vermilion, and then also Diamond. And Diamond you have to sort quite a bit. And then also Twin, which is the trophy lake. If you want to take your kids out walleye fishing, that's the place to go. To say the least. A jig and a twister Mr. Twister tail is going to work fantastic. The Missouri River, what can I say? Especially Lake Oahe, but other areas like Chamberlain have also been producing walleyes, but not near the size nor the quantity that what we're seeing up on Lake Oahe. A lot of 12 to 13, even some 14-pound walleyes being caught. A lot of 30, 31, 33-inch walleyes. A lot of people looking for the trophy walleyes, to say the least. Now, what are people using up on Lake Oahe? A lot of people are cranking right now. Some people are also using some snap jigging right now, using the little bit heavier shadow wraps or jigging wraps. But again, the majority of people are pulling crankbaits, and some of those crankbaits that they've been using has been the deep bandits, and also the deep hit sticks. Deep husky jerks from Rapala, the Walleye Nation Creation Reapers have been very popular. And then now this past week, we just added another tool to your arsenal, and that's the new Rapala crankbait, the Gold Miners. If you haven't seen it, make sure you stop by the store. Some fantastic colors, and they only come in one size right now this year. But again, they have been very popular, and they've been flying off the shelf. As far as other presentations that people have been using on area lakes, it's been a lot of snap jigging and then also a lot of jigs and swim baits. And remember, this time of year, they're not looking for a smaller profile bait. They're looking for a larger profile bait, so use the larger swim baits at this point in time of the year. In this week's edition of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to do a wrap-up of the Ice Institute. I can't believe it's come and gone, but if you can tell by the bags underneath my eyes right now, it's been a long weekend, to say the least. We're still putting the store back together, so I hope you can have a little more patience with us as we try to get the store back to the way it should be. But again, I want to take this opportunity to thank my family. We're one of the only shows in the nation that of this size that is put on by a family that is not a promoter. It's a mom and pop bait and tackle store. And if it wasn't for my family being willing and able to do the things that they have done, I wouldn't be able to do this. This is bigger than myself, to say the least. Also, I want to thank all the vendors that were there. This was the largest institute that we've ever had as far as vendor numbers are concerned, and also the variety. I think that's one comment that I've heard a lot this past weekend, that a lot of people enjoyed having the different variety of vendors that we've had in recent years. And then also I want to thank all of you that attended, all of you that wanted to attend but could, but especially those that attended. Again, it was great to meet all of you, and a lot of you have come up and said hi, and I appreciate that. I wish I could remember your name, but my mind is mush, to say the least, at this point in time. But again, I wouldn't do this year after year if it wasn't for the support that you have given us. And for that, my family and I are very thankful. We look forward to next year. I'm not going to even really think about next year for a couple of months. But again, just so you know, the 17th Annual Dakota Angler Institute will be happening next year. So again, mark that down, not quite the dates yet, but we will be having another show. So again, thanks to all the vendors, my family, all the customers. You guys are great. I know all of you walked away with some fantastic deals, because I could tell by all the smiles and by all the equipment that was going out of the doors Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I couldn't believe the amount of augers, shacks, electronics, you name it, that people were all walking out with. So again, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming, and here's to next year. And as always, folks, if you would like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, all you have to do is send it to me. You can send it to Todd@DakotaAngler.com. And as always, folks, if you would like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, all you have to do is send it to me. You can send it to Todd@DakotaAngler.com. And as we end this week's report, as obviously the show is over, but now we start looking towards Black Friday. Continue to monitor all our Black Friday specials coming up on our social media feeds over the next couple of weeks. And you can do so on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also our website at DakotaAngler.com. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, folks. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And always be safe.